It's the National Football League on EA Sports. And we'll be watching Terry McLaurin. There are few better in the red zone as he comes in fourth in touchdown receptions. It's the Commanders and the Cowboys, and it's coming up next on Madden NFL 25.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks so much for joining us, everybody. One final time this regular season. As always, joined by Brock Hewitt, I'm Kate Scott as we get ready to put a bow on what has been an outstanding 18 weeks of football.
And for 14 lucky teams across the NFL, Kate, this isn't the end for them. This is their last chance of a tune-up before they play on into the postseason chasing that Super Bowl ring. But for the other 18, this is it. Their final chapter. Their final chapter in a story to take the field until September rolls around again. And for some, frankly, well, this might be the last time they ever put the pads on. So leave everything you got out there and do everything in your power to go get that win in this final week.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Dallas. Short kick gathered in at the 15. His return gets him to the 32-yard line before he's taken down. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing him out, coming off one of his best seasons as a pro, an MVP runner-up finish in year number 9, Dak Prescott.
And you wonder, as he's about snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great. No interceptions. But just the one touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Here's Williams to start the drive. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Dak now from the gun. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on first down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Prescott here from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Trying to get that one to CeeDee Lamb. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long. From the gun is Prescott. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
So often, so many of these games in the NFL, well, they come down to a play or two, and 3rd downs are critical. Whether it's in a close game or already out of hand, their coach wants to see them convert those.
His work begins at the 31. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. So the Commanders' offense headed out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Here comes the Heisman Trophy winner from a season ago, and what a show he put on, man. He was a stat stuffer. Over 1,100 yards rushing, looked a lot like Lamar Jackson did back in the day in college. And oh, by the way, 40 touchdowns passing too. You know why this Washington organization took him so high in this draft? They want him to be Lamar Jackson. They want him to be and he's going to get his career off and running.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. Marshawn Nealon, the one to send him down. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Daniels. That's caught, Tucker Kraft. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. He'll try to do it himself. And that'll be enough for the first as they touch him down.
Calm, cool, collected from this offense. Love to see it. No tunnel vision on what down it was. Just focused on executing the play in front of him.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he'll take it past the midfield stripe and start the push into Cowboys territory. Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on 2nd down. Out of the gun, Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Now movement as somebody goes early. And for the first time today, we're going to hear from our officials.
Ball start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They'll run here following the penalty. And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Here's 2nd and 11. Finds a seam down the middle. Touchdown, Washington! The Commanders have a great first drive and get the game's first points. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. The return starts at the 18. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First play of the drive, and he takes an option left. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Prescott now on 3rd down. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. They've got a man in motion. First down, here's Dak. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. George Pickens, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down. Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
He sends this one to the end zone. Oh my, it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
Red zone defense, it is a part of the practice week at least twice, Thursdays, Fridays, even tuning it up on Saturdays, because it's all about protecting in the red zone. And not only protecting points, but taking the ball away. That is a gold star effort by the defense.
The visitors and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And he's one final strong week away from finishing as the NFL's leader in passing yards for this season. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. So now a timeout for a player who's shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree, not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. Here's 2nd and 2. He puts some air under this one, deep right. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Pass was thrown for Christian Watson. And now it's 3rd and short.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And this one does not go far.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or two short for the 1st down.
Hunter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. Throw secured by George Pickett. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. 3rd and 4 coming up now. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Seeing some early game planning at work here, Brock. They were quick to attack that throw and break it up.
Yeah, this defense knows the importance this offense places on throwing the ball to their tight ends, and they were ready for it and all over it.
The visitors headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And he already has a passing touchdown in this game. As you can see, that's what he's done with regularity all year, sitting among the NFL leaders in that category. They're out and set, 1st and 10. From the gun, here's a handoff. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6. From the 24. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Wow, they get a big old 32 yards out of that play, as well as a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So the big play gets him inside the opposing 45, Brock, with a new set of downs to boot. Handoff now from the gun. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Complete. It's McLaurin. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Donovan Wilson getting there for the stop. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. To throw, Daniels. He's going to dump this one off to the fullback. Complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down. Here's Robinson up the middle. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. That was Micah Parsons making that play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
You know, down here in the red zone where there's a touchdown on the line, you really want to read the quarterback's eyes as a defender. Make sure you know where that throw is going and get it positioned to swat it away. That is well done. Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
They'll run it. It's on the turf, the ball's out, he lost it. And the Cowboys scoop it up. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Well, whether they recover that one or not, either way, they were turning the ball over there. But no doubt, probably stings a little bit extra fumbling it away instead of just being stopped short.
It sure does, because look at the defense. Look at what you just gave them momentum-wise. Not just the ball, but the spirit of those guys knowing, yeah, they not only stuffed you, but they could rip that ball away from you too.
The Cowboys offense headed out. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Prescott to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to throw here out of the gun. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down. They'll go with another punt, which brings Brian Anger back to the field. Patterson deep to return it. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The visitors back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They lost it in enemy territory their last time out. Never a spot you want to fumble. So I imagine, Brock, it's going to be 2 hands on the football as they return to the field. A tight end in motion now. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
You just feel this defense starting to come alive, don't you, Kate? Got their first turnover last time out. Now they put their first sack on the board. In big plays on that side of the ball, well, they can come in bunches. Defense sure hopes to keep this faucet going, and the offense wants to turn the spigot off.
He's in trouble and gets brought down again. And back-to-back takedowns behind the line of scrimmage set him up now with 3rd down. 1 quarter down for these two NFC East teams. Neither side separating much so far. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They're looking at third and very long. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Looking for Christian Watson that time. And now they're staring at fourth and long. The Commanders ready for the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Fair catch called for and made a little shy of midfield. So no return on that punt. And the Cowboys will get set to go on offense. First and 10, Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
He's got a gain of 6 there. Chopping that play, Trenton Simpson. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4. Dak now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
You know those elite zone defenses in basketball, Kate? It just feels like they're everywhere, clogging up every passing lane. This quarterback, well, he felt the same thing when he dropped back. Nowhere to go but for a sack. Hey, listen, I know kickers are arguably better today than they've ever been in the history of football. But anything from 60-plus is still awfully ambitious. And that time, it didn't pan out.
The Commanders set to take over. They didn't add to their lead last time out. They punted it away, but still ahead and able to add to it here. First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Running it now out of the... He takes a pop, and the ball comes out! And it's a turnover. The defense has it. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Another drive coming up for this Dallas offensive unit. They left a few on the table their last time out, Brock, settling for a field goal try that missed the mark. Ball on the 45, first and 10. Throwing now, following the turnover. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And it'll be first down, Dallas. Prescott here from the gun. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with first and goal. Up the gut they go with Williams. And the power play up the gut only results in 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. And I'm sure they all got a stern lecture on ball security between possessions after they fumbled it away on their last series. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Deron Bland. Halfway there on first down, that brings up 2nd and 5. Robinson on the inside give. And they had that one contained right at the line. Quincy Williams making the tackle. All right, Cowboys showing nickel set, third down. From the gun, it's Daniels. And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete, fourth down coming up. This one misses the tight end. And now they're staring at a fourth down. Press way on to punt. And they could really use a good one here. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. Calls fair catch and has it inside the 40-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They'll give it to Williams on the option. And he gets him around 6 there. Marshawn Lattimore up from the secondary for the stop. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. Dak off the play fake. He gets a lot behind one, deep downfield. Oh no, they get him yet again. That's Justin Simmons. And the Commanders get it back after making their third first-half interception. Okay, Brock, now back-to-back drives where they have picked him off. That's got to be a worrying trend for these coaches who know how integral the passing game is to their game plan and their success.
Those poker players, the best of them, when they figure out a tell, they know exactly how to beat their opponent. This defense right now, they're reading this quarterback like a book.
Washington ready to go on offense as they take the field. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule. That kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
Gets it to him on the screen. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they make the tackle at the 38. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that'll be good for a Washington first. All movement on the line before the snap, though. This is going to be a false start.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport. And the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Running it after the penalty. And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
He's got Watson, and he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. It's a gain of 17 on that one, and the Commanders will have a first.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. That's complete. Here's Brown. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Quincy Williams making the tackle. 2nd and 6 coming up here. Tight end going in motion here. 2nd and 6 now. The throw is caught. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out. They'll try and punch it in. And he's into the front for a gain of about 2.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Out of the gun, Daniels. He brings it in. And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Daniels. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Looking for the back that time. And that forces them to 4th and goal. Matt Gay on to line up this field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Up and good from Fairbairn. And their special teams converts to get them something out of that possession.
In that close, in the red zone, you know they're upset. They couldn't finish the drive with the touchdown. It's only half the points, but at least there's something to show for the possession.
Return starts from the 16. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Cowboys about set to take over. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. First down, here's Dak. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore.
Holding offense.
Well, no surprises here. They decline the holding call and hang on to the interception. Daniels on first down. Finds his man. It's Kraft. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Completes this one to Kraft. And this one doesn't go far.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Commanders looking for a score before halftime. Again, Daniels to the air. Oh, no touchdown. It's intercepted. Deron Bland has it.
You know, Kate, one of the tenets of the West Coast system that I was fortunate to play in, touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. You get in the red zone, it's touchdown to check down. You can't put the ball in harm's way. That's a brilliant job by the defense with their coverage, baiting the quarterback into the throw. But you got to sail that one into the stands. Touchdown or check down. You can't possibly give an interception in that situation.
Offense headed back out there now for Dallas. And the last 2 drives have been teaching tape for that defense, Brock, and probably have earned this offense a lecture in the near future as well. Just haven't been able to take care of that football.
Yeah, I just kind of want to focus on those guys, everything they're doing on that side, because the humble pie this offense is eating, it's been a tough watch.
We have a timeout now. Medical staff out to check on an injured man, and you hate to see this in the final week of the regular season. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Throwing again is Dak. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Straight ahead with Williams. And they bring him down here at about the 13-yard line. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. The Cowboys setting out their punting unit. And he's been one of the players of this game. Getting about 50 yards of boots so far, and here's another quality effort. Picked up at the 38. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Commanders and QB Jaden Daniels headed out for their next look on offense. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Not the first time you said his name today, Kate. No surprise seeing him add a sack to this total. The same nose to the football that helped him recover a fumble earlier will have aided him in the pursuit of the QB, and he nearly forced a fumble of his own on that sack right there.
It's a 23-yard pickup on the play, and that'll be good for a Washington first.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be second down. They bring McLaurin in motion right. Second down and 10. Daniels. That's complete. McLaurin along the sideline. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. And the Cowboys bringing on an extra DB here. Third down coming. Daniels back to throw. This one taken in by Kraft. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
He'll get this to Samuel. And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 19. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Picked off by Shaq Thompson. The 30. He's at the 10. And he takes this one back for the pick 6. Well, talk about aggressive coverage, Brock, to have somebody in position for a pick behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, this quarterback is never going to take that short pass for granted again. That is usually one you do in your sleep. He's just now going to be restless in his sleep thinking about it.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Cowboys cut it to a field goal game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. So new kickoff rules. This is going to come out to the 30, not the 25 on the touchback. They send a tight end in motion. Yep, as expected. They go to the ground to start this one off. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards. So we're halfway through this final week of the regular season. Now we'll head over to Orlando, Florida. Check in with Jonathan Coachman for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. We'll start with an NFC East battle and a classic one, New York and Philadelphia. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Devontae Smith, a touchdown reception. From there, we head over to Detroit. Check on the Lions at home, Ford Field. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting Minnesota Vikings. Hendon Hooker has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to Indianapolis to check on the Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Daniel Jones, a touchdown pass in the victory. This one's been as good as advertised. Just a field goal separating these two teams. This was a very level first half, and I'd expect to see more of the same after the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Cordarrelle Patterson now to return. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Commanders and Terry McLaurin ready for another look on offense. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. 1st and 10, around to Robinson. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Tried to connect, but it winds up incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Daniels now. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Back to the well again. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. A 4-yard pickup, and they're just inches shy as we reach 3rd down. Throwing now, Daniels. Complete beyond the marker. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field.
Offense.
Fighting all he could to keep his quarterback upright, but crossed the line there. That earns the holding penalty. Daniels throwing on 3rd. He'll get this one to Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. Has it down close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the kick.
And he gets in. Touchdown. The Commanders grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, in a close game, they needed somebody to make that type of play. Now it pushes their lead to a couple of scores and makes a comeback that much more difficult.
You know, Kate, their offense did its part and padded the lead. Now it's up to this defense to make this 2-score lead hold up and carry it across the finish line.
Gay to add the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Returning in from the 16. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Throwing on 1st is Prescott. It's caught. Ferguson. This is ahead for about 5. Stopping that play, Trenton Simpson. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. From the gun, a carry by Williams. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Dallas Turner there to bring him down. 3rd and just 2 to go. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That's one of those plays, Kate, as an offense, it just sticks with you a little bit. It bothers you that you just can't convert on a very manageable down and distance. And on the other side, well, sure gives you some confidence defensively to get off the field.
Dallas sends its punting unit onto the field. And he's been getting all of it every time out. This is away, and once again, he's caught all of it. Fields this at the 19. And a nice return out of him. They have it a little further up, past their own 30. He picks up 16 on the good return. And the Commanders will go on offense. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Blown back, gets the handoff. By a man, and now he's in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll run it from the gun. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
He's got it to him yet again, and that one is caught. So now a timeout for a player who's shaken up on that previous snap, and I think we can all agree not what any of us were hoping to see as we close out this regular season. Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. They'll come up 1st and 10. Working inside the red zone. And that is caught. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders make it a 16-point ball game. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders take a 3-possession lead. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Return starts from the 16. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Their offense ready to take the field now. And the turnovers have not helped as they find this game out of reach at the moment here in the 3rd. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
Tough one to retain through that hit. So that brings up 2nd down. A handoff for Williams, running left. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Timeout called on the field. So we've got a player shaken up, and at the worst time, too. They just wanted to keep everyone healthy entering the playoffs next week. This drive in some serious trouble. It's 3rd and 12. From the gun is Prescott. He's on the move. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. On now comes their punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. Averaging a little under 50 a kick so far, Brock, as he gets away another one. And this is looking fantastic. Wow, bounces just yards shy of the goal line. Looks like they're going to mark it at the 4. The Commanders ready for their next series. Led out on offense by their quarterback. And you know this firsthand, partner. You get above that 300 mark, you and your offense are going to have plenty of highlights to choose from by this point in the game. We're getting a look at some of them now. You just got to marvel at how well he's played the quarterback position here. Tight end in motion right. Here's Robinson up the middle. And they're able to drag him down as he reaches the 15-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first. Staying with Robinson. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Give him 13 on that play. And the Commanders will have a first. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. That was Micah Parsons making that play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Daniels from the pistol. And he touched him down as he finds enough to pick up the first.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
On first down, they'll run. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
They say about great outfielders in baseball, there's just something to them. They've got a knack, a feel, an instinct to take the right line, the right angle. For safeties, to create tackles for loss in the run game, it's the exact same attribute and skill set. Got to take that right angle and then go finish that runner.
Complete. It's McLaurin. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That play good for 17 on a first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. This is Robinson. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Brought down by Deron Bland. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 36. Complete on the slant to Watson. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. They bring the tight end in motion. Daniels on first down. Running in the red zone. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
That's taken in by Samuel. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Only 1 quarter remaining now in these teams' regular season. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the 4th quarter. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Robinson on the inside give. Goes up and over for the touchdown. The Commanders put up even more points in a win. Well, this is the continuation of one of the greatest scoring seasons in recent memory, Brock. For the first time since 2006, we've got a running back who's reached 20 touchdowns in a single season. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders make it a 24-point ball game. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. And just a week before the playoffs begin, partner, here's where teams stand as we play out this regular season finale. And they send a man in motion. 1st and 10, Prescott. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Dak. And this one won't be caught, but we got a flag here. Looked like there may have been some early contact before that throw arrived.
Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st down, here's Dak. Ferguson there to bring it in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. It's a win on the road for the Commanders. And they end the season the way they have so many games already this year, Brock, with a victory. And now they get to enjoy an extra week off to rest and prepare to host a game in the divisional round coming up in 2 weeks. So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Commanders as we say so long from Dallas.